You found it. Your home for the best content on your favorite team, the Fighting Tigers of LSU. Do us a favor. Subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments below. Be sure to smash that like button. Let's go back to Saturday. What in the world, what happened for LSU's offense?
It started to work.
Yeah, right? How?
It's one of those things, and it's crazy because we talked, and I was like, it can't be fixed. It can't be fixed without creativity. It can't be fixed without Jayden Daniels being better. I guess what I never thought is that both of those things could improve in 1 week on the same night. When you looked at Jayden, I felt like he threw on time. I felt like he trusted the pocket. I felt like he understood when he needed to move. But you also think of big catches on fade balls where we have wide receivers picking the football off of defenders' heads. You see the halfback angles run by the tight end, which is a new wrinkle that they have in the middle of the field, gives Jayden some wide open throws. Kayshon Boutte showing up and being that top 15 talent we've been waiting for all season, and then hearing, Brian Kelly talk about the way he practiced, talk about the way he approached the game. And here's something, Sconey, that is that I think needs to be a conversation. Sometimes, right, when people don't know you, you know what I mean? Like Sconey, if I need something done here and it has to do with a host or a radio personality or whatever it is, it really doesn't matter to me if I listen to your show all week and you're not very good, because I know what you're capable of because I've seen it, I've touched it, I've been around it. I'm like, hell no, I don't care if he's been sick this week. Okay. On Saturday, I know Coach Sconey's going to show up. Well, when new coaches come in and maybe you aren't showing what you need to at practice, maybe you aren't practicing as hard as they need you to, they get comfortable with other guys. Like if Malik Neighbors is doing a ton in preseason or in training camp or during the week, you're going to call plays for Malik Neighbors. So you see Kayshon be acknowledged for the way he's practiced. That sometimes makes a coach call your number. That sometimes makes a coach put you first in the progression. And I think that's a little bit a part of why Kayshon excelled as well, was that he gained the confidence of the coaching staff throughout the week. And then we saw, what the Tigers were able to do. And then we even saw, though Jayden passed well, we saw him use his legs to get in the end zone as well, which we've seen him do throughout the year.
Ryan Clark's with us on Twitter at RealRClark25. Of course, host of The Pivot. Make sure you subscribe up on YouTube, your favorite podcast app, wherever you get your podcasts. So the obvious follow-up then, RC, is what we saw Saturday, is that replicable?
I think it is. I believe it is. It may not necessarily feel the same statistically every week, but I think this is something that they can do as a team based on the type of talent they have and a coaching staff that is established, a head coach that does understand how to put back-to-back performances together. So I believe it's replicable. I do want to say this about Jayden. The Jayden Daniels that we saw Saturday was the Jayden Daniels that I saw beat Justin Herbert in Oregon in a primetime game when he was 18 years old. That was the kid I thought would, one day be talked about as a Heisman hopeful. And I think I remember talking to you about it when he, first earned the starting job. That was what it looked like to me, Sconey, and who I thought he could be consistently. And so I think if they can put him in the same positions, give him the same opportunities, but also we have to give credit to the wide receivers and the tight ends for making plays, also the running backs out of the backfield. Everybody has to perform at that level in order for us to see that again.
Hey, man, it sure looked good on Saturday, and hopefully they can carry it forward this coming Saturday against Ole Miss. RC, I do want to flip and ask you about the defense and how you try to slow down that Ole Miss offense, which has really been churning out the ground game.
You know what's crazy? Or maybe this makes me a dummy. So many times when we get teams that score all of these points, we really point to how well they can pass the ball because so much is spread offense. Watching that game against Auburn, Jackson Dart had 2 touchdowns early. Those were 2 touchdowns, Sconey, that me and you could have thrown. And I actually can't raise my right arm very high over my head. I do have a quarterback name. My quarterback name is Lamar Newton Mahomes Jr.
I've seen him at Attraction.
Yes, he's just a phenomenal thrower of the football. He has kind of this sidearm necessary motion in order to throw the ball. That guy could throw some of the touchdowns I saw Jackson Dart throw. The creativity, man, of Ole Miss as they add the pass game to the run is really next level. When you watch them, they threw a quarterback power pass for a touchdown. Who does that? But in order to do that, you have to be able to run the football well, and they also make everything look the same formation. The linemen look the same. Obviously, that RPO type of look, kind of elephants on parade. I mean, they are so sound and so creative schematically offensively. It's really a pleasure to watch, man. And so LSU is going to have to be disciplined. LSU is going to have to run, hit, but also their eyes are going to have to be perfect this week because Lane Kiffin gives you so much to look at.
You think it's something that, based on what you've seen from LSU's defense, from Matt House and the personnel they have, that they're able to do?
Here's why I think they're able to do it. They don't ask their corners to see a ton, right? And so, when you go back to what we saw against Auburn's corners were, nosy. They were trying to see a lot. With us, we do have a lot of press man, and those guys are kind of on an island, so you don't really get caught up in the run fake. So it's going to be on those inside guys, the Greg Brookses, the Jay Wards, and those guys to be very sound in what they see because they are accounted in the run fits often. And if those guys can be disciplined and also have seen some of these looks throughout practice and really be drilled on being disciplined, I think they can do it. But you also got to score points whenever you're playing against Ole Miss. And what I've seen from them, they're very long, rangy, fast, opportunistic defense.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact. And be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.